planting flags in the rubble. Chechen fighters claimed the Ukrainian city of Lysychansk for Russia. This war's milestones come at you in agonizing slow motion. But this is one of them. Just. It means Russia has finally taken almost all of the Luhansk Oblast. Vladimir Putin has empire-sized ambitions for the war in Ukraine, but it took weeks to take first Severodonetsk and now neighboring Lysychansk. During a televised meeting between Putin and his defense minister, he congratulated soldiers of the so-called Luhansk People's Republic and called for them to rest and consolidate.
Подразделения, принимавшие участие в активных боевых действиях и добившиеся успеха, победы на Луганском направлении, безусловно, должны отдохнуть, нарастить свои боевые возможности.
In the broader scheme of things, taking Lysychansk is high on symbolism, lower on strategic significance. The Ukrainians' approach along the Donbas front line so far seems to have been absorb the Russian offensive, wear them down to a point, then withdraw. Pick your fights and your withdrawals, in other words, with equal care.
Якщо командування нашої армії і забирає людей з певних точок фронту, де ворог має найбільшу вогневу перевагу, зокрема це стосується і Лисичанську, це означає тільки одне, що ми повернемось завдяки нашій тактиці, завдяки нарощуванню постачання сучасної зброї.
There will come a point, though, when the Ukrainians will have to do more than claim clever retreats. Before we go there, though, worth setting the Battle of Lysychansk against the overall war in Ukraine. The 24th of February this year, and Russian gunships close to Kyiv, heralding what many assumed would be the beginning of the end for Ukraine. Graphic military maps became again a staple of television news reporting. But a few weeks into the war, they started showing something remarkable. The Russians had tried but failed to take Kyiv, ditto Ukraine's second city, Kharkiv. Kherson in the south, though, fell quickly. By the first week in April, Putin had changed tack, announced that the point of his so-called special military operation, war to you and me, was not to take the country, but to take the Donbas, made up of Luhansk and Donetsk oblasts. So here's where we're at now. Lysychansk, the last city in Luhansk, is in Russian hands, which means practically all of Luhansk is taken. So eyes now turn to the part of Donetsk under Ukrainian control, and to this defensive line. But here are the big prizes in Donetsk, Slavyansk and Kramatorsk. If the battle reaches Kramatorsk in the months to come, it will be a very bloody affair. The city is full of Ukrainian soldiers. It's in the Kherson region in the south of the country, though, where one of the war's most decisive battles may take place. A Ukrainian counteroffensive is beginning to take shape some distance from the outskirts of Kherson city. The when and the how of that will tell us much more about who is winning this war and who is not.
Porrick O'Brien. Well, joining me now is Viola von Kramon-Taubedel, a German MEP for the European Green Party, and the Ukrainian MP, Oleksiy Goncharenko, who's in Odessa and in a car. Oleksiy, let me start with you, first of all. Looking at the kind of victory that the Russian and Chechen troops have celebrated today, does it now look as if you're beginning to lose this war, especially in the east of the country?
Hello. Yeah, the situation is very difficult. I just came back from frontline in the southern part of our country, and in the south we try to counterattack, and we are quite effective. In the east, situation is much worse. I don't think that we can say that we are losing the war. It's not right. Russia lost the battle for Kiev, like you told, lost the battle for Kharkiv, the second largest city, lost their flagmanship in Black Sea, and many other losses they already received. But they still can advance, concentrated absolutely thousands of artillery pieces and rocket systems in the east. So my answer is next. Ukraine will definitely win this war. But when and with what casualties, it depends from the support which we will receive or not receive from the West.
Exactly, and that's the message I heard at the NATO summit, speaking to you last week. Let me ask you this, Oleksiy. The heavy weapons which have been promised by the West, which are apparently on their way now, will they make the crucial difference?
Yes, they can make difference, but the question is in numbers. With all respect, for example, last announcement from Minister of Defense of Germany about 3 more howitzers, they can't make difference in such numbers. We need hundreds. We need hundreds of artillery pieces, of multiple launch rocket systems, HIMARSes, which today is Independence Day. My congratulations to all Americans, and we are very thankful for our support we receive from Americans, from Germans, from French. But in order to win this war, and that is the best option for the whole world, we need more weaponry and quicker. We are all the time one step behind Putin. If we would have the weaponry we have now in March, we would kick off Russians from Ukraine. But now it's not enough.
Let me turn to you, Viola von Kramon. For many people, it's rather surprising that the Green Party in the German coalition has been most strident about sending heavy weapons to Ukraine. Why are the Germans not sending more when the Ukrainians have been asking them over and over again?
Well, this is a very good question. I think we have from the German Bundestag a very good resolution from the 28th of April, where actually my colleagues have committed to pledge a much higher amount of heavy weapons and all kinds of long distance weapons and different ammunition and so on. And so actually there is a political will, but it needs now the implementation. And we all here in the European Parliament ask the colleagues in Germany, but not only in Germany, in all the other national EU member states, to really do more to be effective, as Alexei has asked for, and to see that we all need to win this war, and we all need to support also military much more than in the past.
All right. But what about the economic and social war, if you like? Because the government of Hamburg warned today that they may have to ration hot water in the autumn or the winter because there just won't be enough gas in Germany. The Russians already threatened to shut off the gas even earlier. Do you think that the Western alliance and Germany can survive the cold showers of winter?
Well, I think we will have difficult debates, and it's good to start now. But in general, I would say we need the price mechanism, and this will finally lead to safe energy measures. But on the other hand, we need to support those households and those families and those individuals who really cannot afford a warm room or warm apartment. So not to juggle around too much with who will use which gas, but rather go for the price mechanism and then support those with financial transfers.
All right. Got to leave it there. Viola von Kramon and Oleksiy Goncharenko, thank you very much to both of you.